Bro, Drake just put LeBron James on blast across 3 albums and called him a team switcher in front of the whole world. And LeBron has not said a single word. Not a tweet, not an interview, nothing. But his agent, one of the most powerful men in sports, just broke his silence. And what he said changes the entire story. Because he is not defending LeBron. He is not attacking Drake. He is doing something nobody expected. Stay with me, because this one goes deeper than a rap beat. Alright, let's set the full picture. Because to understand why this hits so differently, you need to know what Drake and LeBron actually were to each other before all of this. These two were not just celebrities who crossed paths at events. They had a genuine friendship that ran for years. LeBron attended OVO Fest in Toronto multiple times. They performed together on stage in 2016. Drake shouted out LeBron and his son Bronny at shows. They ran in the same circles, moved in the same orbit, and the Toronto and Cleveland connection made it feel natural. Two of the biggest names in their respective fields repping neighboring cities and actually rocking with each other for real. So when Drake dropped Iceman on May 15th with 3 albums and 43 songs, and LeBron James's name ended up in the bars, this was not a random celebrity beef. This was Drake publicly calling out someone he had history with, someone he considered a friend. And the reason he did it traces back to one specific night in the summer of 2024. Here is where it gets crazy. Summer 2024. The Kendrick and Drake beef is at its absolute peak. Not Like Us is #1. Kendrick is running victory laps, and he organizes what becomes known as the Pop-Out Show at the Kia Forum in Los Angeles. The whole event is designed as a cultural statement, a massive concert where Kendrick performs Not Like Us multiple times in front of a huge crowd. The song calling Drake a predator, the song that had defined Drake's public humiliation all summer. LeBron James showed up, and not just showed up, he was seen in the crowd dancing along to Not Like Us. Bro, think about what that means. This is not a stranger attending a concert. This is someone Drake had performed with on stage, someone who had been to OVO Fest, someone Drake had publicly showed love to for years, and he chose to be at that specific show, at that specific moment, visibly enjoying the song that was destroying Drake's reputation. For Drake, that was not a neutral move. That was a declaration. LeBron knew exactly what that concert was and what that song meant, and he went anyway. According to Bleacher Report, that moment is precisely when the change in their relationship occurred. Before the pop-out, they were cool. After the pop-out, everything shifted. Drake sat on that for 2 years, and when Iceman dropped, he delivered his response on Make Them Remember. The bar was, I shouldn't even be shocked to see you in that arena, because you always made your career off of switching teams up. And then, immediately after, please stop asking about what's going on with 23andMe. I'm a real one, and he's not. It's in my DNA. The switching teams line works on 2 levels at once. On the surface, it is about LeBron's NBA career, leaving Cleveland for Miami, leaving Miami to go back to Cleveland, leaving Cleveland again for LA. The most debated series of moves in basketball history. But Drake is applying that exact narrative to the friendship. You always move where the power is. You always switch to the winning side. And the pop-out was just another team switch.
Yo, my dog Drake just dissed LeBron James, yo. Let's get it. Iceman is coming out tomorrow. And just now, somebody leaked a new Drake song. It's called 1 a.m. in Albany. I just heard it, and when I went back to hear it again, it was gone. So I was like, damn, but I was able to hear it and remember, you know, some of the stuff I heard. The beat was so dope. It was slow, the type to like really get some raps off. He said a crazy line to LeBron about like, I see you in that arena. You made your whole career off switching teams up or some shit like that. Like, you know, clowning how he switched sides, the way he switches teams. Drake was throwing shots at like, even Kendrick was getting it, yo. I was like, oh shit, this is what the fuck I was waiting for, B. Like, fuck, this is the hip hop shit, B. So I'm very excited, man. I love this shit. I love this excitement, the shit feeling like WWE and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, what's gonna happen next? I'm ready for tomorrow, man. But how you guys feeling about it? Did you get a chance to hear this leak song, or is it gone? Is it deleted already, man? Y'all let me know. Let's talk in the comments, yo. It's your boy. Peace.
Now here's the thing that surprised everybody. LeBron has said absolutely nothing. No tweet, no interview, no Instagram post. For someone with his platform and his media presence, that is a deliberate choice, and that silence is part of the story. But his agent Rich Paul did speak, and what he said is way more interesting than a straight defense or a clapback. Rich Paul is not just any agent. He is the CEO of Clutch Sports, one of the most powerful sports agencies in the industry. He is LeBron's closest business partner and one of his closest friends. And on his Game Over podcast with Max Kellerman, he addressed the Drake situation directly. He said, "At the end of the day, I think it's important that adults really reconcile down the road and stay out of that stuff. I do think in any situation, it's important to remove the middleman. I think over time, you need the two people to have a conversation if it's it's able to get there. No cap, that is a carefully measured statement. Rich Paul is not defending LeBron's attendance at the pop-out. He is not attacking Drake for the bars. He is saying both sides need to talk it out directly. He is actually positioning himself as someone who wants peace. And the phrase, remove the middleman, is significant. It implies there have already been people involved in this situation who are not helping it get resolved. The reaction online was immediate. Drake fans read it as Rich Paul admitting LeBron is wrong and trying to find an exit. LeBron fans read it as Rich Paul being the bigger man, while Drake writes bars instead of making calls. Both sides have a point. Wait for it. Because here is the detail that reframes the entire Rich Paul statement. On the album, Drake also raps, "Don't be suddenly eager to hit me up and have no discussions either." That line implies LeBron, or someone in his camp, has already attempted to reach out privately, has already tried to make contact since the beef started, but without publicly addressing what happened at the pop-out. And that is exactly what Rich Paul's comments suggest is already happening. Remove the middleman. The two people need to have a conversation. That is not someone talking about a hypothetical future reconciliation. That reads like someone describing a process that is already in motion behind the scenes. So the picture that is forming is this. LeBron attended the pop-out. The friendship broke down. Drake spent 2 years stewing on it, dropped the bars on Iceman, and now LeBron's camp is quietly trying to get in front of it before it becomes a permanent part of the cultural record. Because Drake putting those bars on 3 albums is not a tweet that gets deleted. That is on record forever. And Drake already called it out in the music. Don't be eager to hit me up now that the album is out. He anticipated this exact move. So where does this all leave us? Drake put LeBron James on blast in front of the whole world, called him a team switcher, used his jersey number against him, questioned his DNA, put it on record across 3 albums that will be streamed for years. And the man who took those bars has said absolutely nothing publicly.
When all the Drake and Kendrick stuff went down, I originally sided with Drake. Because, I just don't like Kendrick's music anymore. To Pimp a Butterfly is one of my favorite albums, but, his new stuff, that Squabble Up song is so irritating. But now that Drake has dropped an album and he's dissing LeBron James, I'm not gonna lie, I am now the #1 Drake fan. I've never had a rapper speak to me so clearly. You hate LeBron, I hate LeBron. Sorry, Claire, and sorry, Sky, I am now the #1 Champagne Poppy fan. So, OVO sounds, right? Isn't that what he says? Right?
But his agent went on a podcast and said adults need to reconcile, and the two of them need to have a direct conversation, which is either a genuine peace offering or the most calculated non-response in celebrity beef history. Maybe both. Rich Paul's comment tells you that this situation is being handled, that there are conversations happening or about to happen away from the public eye, that LeBron is not just going to sit on this indefinitely, and that the people around him understand the stakes of letting Drake's version of the story be the only one on record. No cap, this is not just a rap beef anymore. This is a story about what friendship actually means when the spotlight is on, and whose side you are on when it counts. Drake felt LeBron made a choice at the pop-out, and 3 albums later, he made sure everyone knew about it. Whether LeBron eventually responds publicly, or whether this gets handled in private is the question. But Rich Paul breaking his silence and calling for direct conversation suggests the answer is coming. And when it does, the reaction to the reaction is going to be just as big as the original bars. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Was LeBron wrong to attend the pop-out? And should Drake accept the peace offering? Anyway, this concludes today's video. Be sure to subscribe to LoafTube for future celebrity videos, and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Until then, see you in the next one.